Anger boils over at one of the many protests in Dhaka. Young people outraged over a spike in violent crime. At another rally, those injured in last year's protests that toppled the previous regime raised their voices. 7 months ago, student-led protests grew into a full-fledged revolt. Hundreds were killed, though it led to the ouster of then Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, accused of corruption and a crackdown on dissent. Now those students have started a brand new party. After months of planning for what they know is a daunting task, rebuilding democracy.
Bangladeshi democratic system doesn't work. It's not democratic at all. So the Bangladeshi people are struggling.
The country's interim government, led by Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus, could call elections by the end of the year. But the priority, he says, is implementing reform before a vote. In the months after the uprising, hopes for swift change faltered. The interim government has struggled to get a handle on a steep rise in crime and persistent protests, with Bangladesh's economy also fragile. Desperation over double-digit inflation surges around this government ration truck. Many here have waited hours for a chance to get discounted rice and oil. And the prospect that they might not make it to the front of the line is fueling discontent.
People have some sort of issues with expectation and reality.
Disillusionment has set in for this student leader who now advises the interim government. He says bureaucrats and police are reluctant to work with it.
All are thinking that the interim government will go within 1 year, so why should we follow their dictates? This is the reality which people don't know about.
He did not have his phone with him.
The reality for these two brothers is pain and loss, remembering their younger brother Mukto, who was handing out water to fellow protesters minutes before he was shot dead by police.
Our future generation cannot give their life just like us, just like Mugdhos. So this is the time to reform everything.
Even if frustration grows at the slow pace of change in a country that's endured decades of turbulent politics. Salima Shivji, CBC News, Dhaka.